She said it like she was reading the weather forecast. Calm, steady, almost casual. I'm starting an OnlyFans. The words hit me so hard I forgot to breathe. We were sitting at the kitchen table, 2 mugs of coffee between us, sunlight cutting through the blinds in long, trembling lines. The air smelled faintly of toast, but suddenly everything felt burnt. Blinked. You're what? An OnlyFans account, she repeated, stirring her coffee like nothing seismic had just happened. It's my body, my choice. You support that, right? The question wasn't really a question. It was a warning. I stared at her. The woman I'd loved for 3 years. The one who used to trace circles on my hand when we watched movies. The one who whispered that I made her feel safe. Now her tone was cold, practiced. Like she'd rehearsed this speech. I support you, I managed. But, she cut me off. No, but. You either respect my autonomy or you don't. Autonomy. She said it like a shield, something to hide behind. I leaned back, trying to process. So what exactly does that mean? Are you what, posting pictures? She didn't flinch. At first. Maybe more later, depending on what people want. I felt the words burrow under my skin like thorns. What people want? Subscribers, she said simply. It's not a big deal, Ethan. Everyone's doing it. I've been thinking about it for a while. I couldn't look at her. My pulse was pounding in my ears. When were you planning to tell me? Now. Now, after you'd already decided. She sighed, pushing her mug away. You're making this a bigger deal than it is. Just online content. I'm in control. I wanted to shout that she wasn't. That she was opening a door she couldn't close. That she was putting a price tag on something sacred between us. But I didn't. Instead, I said quietly, "You're selling intimacy, Emma. That's not nothing." She gave a short, humorless laugh. It's not intimacy if I don't feel anything for them. That was the first lie. I could feel it. The conversation ended with slammed doors and silence thick enough to choke on. She went out later that day, claiming she needed to clear her head. That night when she came back, her mood had shifted completely. Bright, glowing, electric. Like she'd found something that made her pulse faster. She started staying up late. I'd wake to the soft click of her laptop keys. The faint ring of her phone camera turning on. When I'd ask what she was doing, she'd smile, almost teasing. Work. Work. First I tried to ignore it. Told myself it was just pictures, nothing more. Told myself I was overreacting, jealous, insecure. But the distance between us grew. She began dressing up even when she wasn't going anywhere. Makeup that used to be for date nights became part of her brand. The affection between us became performative, almost mechanical. I started noticing small lies, the kind you could easily explain away. She said she'd been editing photos, but I'd hear faint laughter through the door, like she was talking to someone. She said she was doing collabs, which I didn't understand until I found a photo online. Her wearing almost nothing, with another creator's hands around her waist. I confronted her that night. Is this what you meant by collaboration? I asked, holding up my phone. She looked at the picture, unfazed. Yeah, it's business. That guy has a bigger following. It's cross-promotion. Cross-promotion, I repeated. He's holding you half-naked. A shrug. So, it's acting. My chest tightened. Does he touch you off camera too? Her jaw clenched. Don't be disgusting. I'm asking because you don't even touch me like that anymore. That silenced her. For a moment, she looked almost guilty. But only for a moment. I can't keep reassuring you, she said. If this bothers you, maybe you should ask yourself why. Because it feels like I'm losing you, I said. Piece by piece. He turned away. You're not losing me. I'm just evolving. You can either keep up or get left behind. That line stayed with me for days. Get left behind. The next week I couldn't take it anymore. I subscribed to her account under a fake name. I told myself it was to protect her, to understand. But really it was because I needed to know the truth. What I found gutted me. There she was, my girlfriend, smiling for strangers. Flirty captions, private messages, pay-per-view videos. At first, it was only her, but as I scrolled deeper, I saw more content with that same man. The same one from the photo. The comments beneath were worse. Dozens of people calling her beautiful, seductive, theirs. And she replied, warmly, intimately, like she meant it. My hands shook as I scrolled through message threads. One stood out. Subscriber. Does your boyfriend mind? Emma. He doesn't need to know everything. That single line shattered something in me. When she got home that evening, I couldn't hold it in anymore. I saw your page, I said quietly. She froze. You what? I subscribed. I saw everything. Her eyes widened, then hardened. That's a violation of my privacy. Your privacy, said my voice breaking. You're broadcasting yourself to strangers, Emma. And lying to me about it. She crossed her arms. You had no right. Stop pretending I'm the one who crossed a line. Shouted. You told me this was about empowerment. But it's about attention. You wanted to feel wanted. Her lips trembled. And what's so wrong with that? You barely looked at me anymore, Ethan. You were comfortable. Predictable. I wanted to feel alive again. Her words hit like glass in my throat. So you found it with them. She looked down, tears glinting in her eyes. I didn't plan to. It just happened. I stared at her, the woman I thought I knew, realizing I'd lost her long before she said those words. Did you sleep with him? Yes. She didn't answer. That silence was all I needed. I didn't yell again. Didn't throw anything. I just stood there while she cried quietly into her hands. I thought I could have both, she said through tears. You and this. But I can't. I messed everything up. Her voice cracked, and for a fleeting second, I almost forgave her. But then I remembered the lies, the laughter behind closed doors, the feeling of being replaced by a screen. When I finally spoke, my voice was calm. You wanted freedom. You got it. She looked up terrified. Ethan. I walked out before she could finish. Later I deleted my fake account and logged off, but not before seeing her latest post. A selfie captioned, "New beginnings. No regrets." The comments poured in like applause. And for the first time, I realized that maybe I hadn't lost her to another man. I'd lost her to herself, to the version of her that needed the world's eyes more than she ever needed mine.